G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game between Geelong and North Melbourne at Marvel Stadium, and it was a very big win by the Cats. 101 point winners, and it really was the DARTY show. 11 goals to Jeremy Cameron. What more can you say there? It was quite an unbelievable watch. One of the more stress-free games to watch, which I do don't mind a big win against a top 8 side. Sometimes, it's just good to sit down, watch the footy, and not be too bothered by, consequences when you put up a performance like that. So, I think there's a few things to break down, I guess, in this game, and no matter what Geelong do between now and the end of the season will really give us a great read on what to expect if Geelong are good enough to make the finals. I think right at the moment they're sitting at 13 wins, 6 losses. That feels about right. But there's been a lot of talk, a lot of commentary around, Geelong got an easy run into the finals, how that may affect them. My thoughts on that are we don't control the draw. Geelong doesn't give us an easy draw at the end of the home and away season. And I'd also argue Geelong had a really tough draw in the first part of the season, and in the middle part of the season, Geelong had some real tough challenges. Probably had some of the toughest draws, and I mean, you can't just have a tough draw for 24 rounds. So eventually, your easier games are going to come at some stage of the season. It's just a matter of when that is. Now, that may help Geelong qualify higher than having a bunch of tough games at the end of the year, but they may have had less losses, earlier in the season if you play those top 8 teams, top 4 teams at their home ground where you're not expected to win. But I think I don't think it's a genuine issue. I think it's just a complaint from opposition fans. Getting a bit off track there, but putting ourselves in a good position where Geelong can only do what they can do. They can only play who they play and get themselves rallied together and do everything they can to qualify, where they need to qualify. I assume the Cats will be trying to obviously qualify for finals. Top 4 would be handy. I think they'd be aiming for top 2 though, knowing the organisation. And knowing that the run that they do have coming up as well. And no games are guaranteed. No games are just lay down misères. You still got to go out there, and if you're slightly off, teams will pick you apart, as we saw on the contrary side for North Melbourne. But Geelong, they did exactly what they had to do. They gave North back to them what North handed to them on a platter, which was the ball a fair bit of the time. And Geelong, it was so lucky that it was only 100 points. It could have been 130 had the Cats kicked a bit straighter. Even 150 if it was ultra accurate. But look, you take a 101 point win every day of the week. But Geelong's pressure was really good. I felt for probably just about all night, minus a couple of goals that they conceded at the end for North. After the sting was well and truly out of it. But they peppered some chances. They got a lot of supply inside 50. Geelong were really strong around the contest, around the ball. I think, we ended up doing pretty well in the clearance game, which was really promising to see. North without Larkey and Cherry probably, 2 pretty strong contributors, and I don't think it takes the margin down to like 10 goals or anything, but they're definitely 2 really important players for them in terms of how they sort of structure up. But North had no answers. The pressure Geelong put North under, they weren't able to move the ball, which was, we're looking for things that we want to replicate, I guess, against the top 8 sides and some of the better sides in the competition. The things like making it really difficult for the opposition to move the ball out of the back half, which North were going straight line a lot of the night. They didn't use the angles too much. They weren't too adventurous with the ball in the corridor. We bit off so many kicks and had so many turnovers, more so off the back of North's poor ball use. I'm not going to just say Geelong's pressure was 100% perfect and everything went our way there. They did give us a lot of opportunities and luxuries with the way they use the ball. Part of that, Geelong's pressure, but I'd attribute a lot of that to just North's inability to execute just basic skills, which was unfortunate for North and how they sort of panned out throughout the night. But yeah, if you're a Cats fan, then yeah, you're absolutely loving it. Absolutely turned it on in that second and third term, as we can see there. I think 17 of our goals from the second and third term. Yeah, we were just moving the ball from D50 to forward 50 with ease. Pressure, turnover, front half turnovers are really promising. But yeah, North's ability to defend the ball in transition was, like absolute sieve. So that gave Geelong a lot of good looks. Converted reasonably well on the night. 40. That's 40 scores, but I reckon there was about at least 46 shots on goal. I know Cameron had about 3 that either didn't make the trip or went out on the full. So I'd say we probably had between 45 to 50 shots at goal. But to land 22, it's a nice score on the board and decent on the percentage, which is going to become very tight towards the end of the season. And we know we've seen teams miss the finals because they need to not win or not have an opposition win by a certain margin, or they need to demolish the side. You hope you put yourself in a better position early in the season, but sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, it was very, very promising to watch. A very even team performance, I thought, throughout the night. And North got a couple of late goals in the last quarter. We still hit the scoreboard, 3 goals, 3. But it was just a very dominant performance by the Cats, and disappointing on the North side of things. So we thought those losses were a thing of the past. But it just wasn't quite their night. And Geelong, they made them pay full price for the damage that they caused. So it was a very pleasing win, and it was a nice stress-free game to watch, which is always nice. Geelong playing enough close, tight games to age you 10 years every year, I think. It's nice sometimes just to get a nice big win and not have to think too hard or be too stressed about one turnover here or there versus a top 8 or top 4 side where the stakes are a little bit higher. So I'll take a deep breath this week and just enjoy the win and enjoy the Jezza show, really. I mean, we'll get stuck into him shortly. But before we do that, we'll have a look at some of the numbers of how the game panned out. Plus 17 with the ball. I think the numbers are going to look pretty favourable. 77 inside 50s is absolutely crazy. So much supply. That's 22 more than we would normally get on a given week. So, the forwards absolutely loved the supply they got. And then what was really pleasing as well was we kept North under 40, and they normally get closer to 50. So, you combine those two numbers together, automatically, you're in an interesting spot. Very clean with the ball, 76% by foot, or by hand and by foot. North slightly below that. And we know when we do get it inside 50, we're pretty dangerous with it. We're normally north of 50%, and we were yet again North on par with what they normally dish up. Plus 4 of the Cats in the free kick count, without a recognised ruckman really from North's perspective. Plus 19 in the hit-outs, and around the ground the Cats were able to ultimately get some clearance. I suppose prominence out of that. Plus 10 clearances around the centre bounce. We had plus 7, and then stoppage around the grounds was plus 3. But the centre clearance is where you want to get the most bang for your buck, because we do know that if you can get it cleanly out of the centre clearance, you give your forwards the best opportunity one-on-one inside the 50 without a flooded back line, which a lot of opposition teams would do. And I'm sure Geelong do it at times as well when they're trying to minimise the damage when it does go up to D50 for the Cats. Plus 16 with the ball on the contested ball front, and then outside plus 4. But our outside contested ball or uncontested ball I should say, was just running in free space, and North probably not as much time and space, or just intercept marks. Uncontested marks. Well, you'd expect the turnovers to be in North's favour there, plus 10, and a lot of marks from both sides. So North did chip it around backwards and sideways, and Geelong went forward with the ball. I don't think I've ever seen this amount of marks inside 50. I'd like to know what the record is, but as you can see on a normal given week, we've basically doubled our marks inside 50. I think we had nearly 20 in the first half. So, yeah, it was unbelievable how well we could move the ball inside 50 and, yeah, just winning contests over and over. Contested marks +4 for the Cats. So, yeah, won just about every stat, as you expect. When you win by 100 points, you'd expect that to be the case. The time in front stat's a really interesting one, and it's one that we're in front a lot. I'd love to get a bit of a temperature check on what other teams look like there for, just what their time in front looks like for a given game and over the course of a season, like how much a team has been in front. Because I think that's a really good underrated indicator of, just how well you're going, because you don't want to be on the wrong side of where you lead for 110 minutes and then, you lose it in the last 5-10 minutes. But, just kind of good to get a good read of how a team sort of fares on another sort of metric that's, I believe, important. Over to the tackles. So out-tackled, out-possessed. So, outworked North very nicely. I like the tackles and disposals. That can sometimes say a lot. Just those two in particular. We know our pressure inside 50 is usually pretty good, and it was about on par again. Well ahead of North's pressure inside their front half. More run carry from North, at least from a bouncing perspective. I'd say Max Holmes got all three of those. It'd be him most weeks, but with the way we moved the ball forward, it's not really a big issue there. Okay, well, let's have a look at the players, and I don't think the 3 votes will be too hard to pick out. So Jeremy Cameron gets the 3 votes. 11 goals, 1. I don't think I've ever seen a Cat kick 10 goals live, or at least watching the game, being consciously aware of it. I'm sure I would have seen Ablett Senior's highlights kicking 14 goals against the Bombers, but in terms of actually being, alive and watching it. 11 goals, 1, 22, and he also had 3 other shots that just didn't make the distance and went out on the full. So, it could have been really interesting. But still, to kick 11, his career high, 22 disposals, 9 marks, also set up one as well, gave one off, 500 metres gained. He was, it's just the perfect game from Jeremy Cameron, and I think he's got just under 70 goals for Jezza, leading towards that 100 mark, which is just about nigh on impossible, but it's when you kick 11 and you're 21 clear on the Coleman. Just never quite know, but it's... I think I said about 4 or 5 years ago that no one's ever going to kick 100 ever again. You never know. You never know. I think it's so unlikely, especially if Geelong are good enough to make finals. It's going to be very interesting to see how that pans out. All right, 2 votes. Bailey Smith, he kicked 1 goal, 1, had the 43 disposals, 3 marks, 2 tackles, 13 clearances, almost 700 metres gained. He had 25 in the first half. He was absolutely everywhere the ball was. He was all over it. Got some field position for us. Was involved in absolutely everything from D50 to midfield into the forward 50. So, he was very prominent on the night. Equal career high, I think, for him as well. And the 1 vote, I am going Tommy Atkins. He had the 25 disposals, a couple of marks as well. He had the 8 tackles, 5 clearances, and what I loved, 3 goal assists. He was feeding Jeremy all night, basically. And, I really rate guys that can find the kick to set up, ultimately. You don't have full control if it's a goal assist or not. You have to hope that the player on the other end kicks it. But, so he had 3 next to his name, and I just thought, in that second and third term, he was just, he turned into beast mode. He was everywhere. Loved his game. Love his effort every week. Holmesy was really good. Had the 29, 9 marks, 4 tackles. He also had 7 clearances. Really good in the contest. Set up a goal as well. 700 metres gained. We know what Max does each and every week. And he was just he was in the passenger seat while Bailey was driving. He was happy to get stuck into it. Still played really well, all considering his usual output. Scratch was back to some of his best as well. He had a quiet one against the Saints, but then he kicked 4 himself on the night with the 70, I think it was 77 inside 50s, thereabouts. 15 disposals, had the 8 marks, 3 tackles, had a few hit-outs in the ruck, a clearance, set up 2 goals himself. So, he was part of 6 goals for us huge presence for us up forward, taking big contested marks. Kept that up, Shannon. Grind had the 1 goal, 1 to his name, 20 possessions, 4 marks, 7 tackles, a couple of clearances, just under 500 metres gained. Liking his role in the midfield, in the centre bounce, and just getting involved there, giving the Cats a bit of a different look around the ball. We've got plenty of blokes up forward, so yeah, it's nice to have him there as a bit of a point of difference. Blitz had an interesting night. He can't kick a goal at the moment. He's got the yips, so he kicked 3 points at the 14 disposals, 5 marks, 3 tackles, 3 clearances. And he was pretty promising. Got a bit of the ball, just couldn't finish in front of the big stick. So Blitz, get in front of the goals, mate. And see how we go there. I do like the interesting role he's playing up forward as well. Looks like he's doing a bit of a real stretching of the defence and even a bit of a tagging role up forward for the Cats on some of the better key defenders. That might be interesting. Come a bit later in the season if the Cats make it along. Sean Manor it didn't feel like he had as much impact as usual, and not on the scoreboard directly, but he had the 19 disposals, 8 tackles, 3 marks, and 3 clearances as well. He likes getting up to the stoppage as well, getting the clearance. He set up a couple of goals himself though, so he was really good on that front, setting his teammates up. Sometimes he's the man finishing off. Otherwise, he's usually setting teammates up, and he did that well. Ollie Dempsey had the 16. 4 marks, 7 tackles for him. He was industrious up and down the wing, and his ball use was really good. As winning at half back, he was everywhere. So I really liked his game. Jack Henry was very solid yet again. 15 disposals for him, 8 marks. He's the glue down back for us. He's so important, and what he does every week does not go unseen. O'Shea Mullen got more than 8 touches this week. I reckon it's just about a career high for him. He had the 17 touches for him, 5 marks, a couple of tackles, a few clearances as well. Just getting really involved, and hopefully we can see him take the game on a bit more. And we know he's got plenty of speed. If he can back himself in, good things will happen. Stewie played okay, a little quiet, although it wasn't down back very much. That has to be said, with the 36 inside 50s. 13 touches, 6 tackles, 6 marks, couple of tackles. So had a bit of the ball, misused it at times. I think he had a couple of contests that he went down in, but hopefully praying that Stewart can be close to 100% health wise by season's end, and that will help the Cats big time. Jackie Bowes kicked a goal. Loves popping up and kicking a goal. Had the 17 disposals, 4 marks. Had a tackle clearance. He just cruises along, plays his role, defensive gun for the Cats as well at times. Did really well yet again. Zach Guthrie was good. He had the 13 touches, 5 marks, a couple of tackles. No fuss each and every week from Zach. Z. Close was pretty quiet from his lofty standards. He missed a couple of shots. He had a tough one in the pocket. Had the 11 possessions, 4 tackles, 3 marks. Couple of clearances, but again, he's kind of like Sean Manor. If he's not kicking them himself, he's setting teammates up. So he set up 2 goals off his own accord there, so that was really good. Mark O'Connor was handy throughout the night. He had the 14 disposals, 5 marks, also had a tackle. Set up a goal for the Cats as well, which was nice. Just, played his role and having a fine season. Paddy didn't hit the scoreboard in a big way. 14 disposals, 5 marks, a couple of tackles, clearance. But really good is 3 goal assists and 1 kebab on the boundary line. So he had a fine performance from setting teammates up. And I find a lot of his goal assists are off the back of him not clunking a mark. So even if he's not clunking them, even if he is dropping them, he's usually first to the ball, handball, goal. So I'm not super critical if he can't clunk them, if he's got trampoline hands at times. It's quite amusing that one of the all-time greats. We all have our weaknesses. We're not perfect, I guess. But Paddy was enjoying the kebab, and boy has he deserved it this season. Reece Stanley kicked a goal. took a nice clunk, 7 disposals for him, 3 marks, couple of tackles as well, and 19 hitouts in the ruck. So, yeah, Reece has also pushed up forward. I think they were definitely really trying to, keep the forward line pretty tall under the lid. So, yeah, Reece was able to kick a nice goal there as well for his work throughout the night. Good to see Stengel back the last couple of weeks. He kicked 2 goals too, missed a couple, 13 disposals, couple of marks, 3 clearances. So, yeah, got a bit of work around the stoppage. Just does his job most weeks and was good again. Sully did well, had the 12 disposals, 4 marks, a couple of tackles as well. I think he had, I'm trying to think of which player it was. Might have been Darling. Darling took a good contested mark near the goal square, but yeah, outside of that, pretty good. Martin was pretty quiet, very quiet. I think they managed his minutes there pretty well, so he played about half the game. 8 disposals for him, had a couple of marks as well, 4 tackles, set up a goal as well. So yeah, it looked like they were just managing him throughout the season there, and just making sure that he's not going absolutely all out. Lawes kicked a goal, had the 8 disposals, 3 marks, a tackle as well, set up a goal from his 36% game time. So, yeah, again, I don't know necessarily the justification behind the sub. I assume, again, just to try and make sure that he's freshening him up a little bit and, manage sort of his load there on sort of game day. So, the Cats are just doing what they have to do there. Players don't have to try and get 3 votes every week. It's just about what's your best chance to qualify and then try and win a flag. De Koning down the bottom of the table, 10 disposals, 3 marks. He was able to win the ball back a few times there. And, still I've got some annoyances or stones in the shoe when he just doesn't go for a contest or he misses a spoil or... he leaves it to the last second, thinks he can make it every time, and then he misses it. So, he had a couple of lapses there. Hopefully he can fix those up, but outside of that, he played well for us. All right, so let's have a bit of a look at next week. I think we've got a couple coming up in Geelong. We have got Port Adelaide on the Sunday afternoon, 3:15. So we'll be staring into the sun for the first hour and a half if there's some sun. But the last few times Geelong have got the job done very nicely. So it was 76 points over there early in the season, and then it was an 84-point win over Port Adelaide in the finals, the qualifying final. So a couple of really strong wins in recent times against Port Adelaide, and then they pulled a rabbit out of the hat in, I think that was round 9, round 10 sort of areas where they kicked 8 goals in the opening term, and they were absolutely ballistic. I think they got to like 50 points up, and then we nearly came back and won it. Cameron didn't get an advantage, which was a bit controversial, but that's all right. Can't win them all. But considering all that's happened there, I suspect Geelong to get the job done nicely. Port have absolutely nothing to play for. The Cats love it at home. I think they've only lost to Port once since 2007 at home, which was this game last year, which was a frustrating loss because we haven't really been too troubled by Port at home. So been some close games in there, I'm sure. But based on recent form against Port Adelaide specifically, based on their current form, they just lost the Crows by nearly 100 points. And how we're sort of tracking. Hopefully, it's a good win by the Cats. Hopefully, 7+ goals will be good. So we'll see how that all pans out. But ultimately, just want to be playing good footy and I guess focusing on the deficiencies that we have at times against the top 8 sides and focusing on how we can evolve our game plan to be able to beat the best, even if it doesn't immediately give you the amazing percentage on the board. But you just want to put yourself in a spot where you're able to sort of sharpen the sword a bit and minimise the damage against the sides that are sort of in that top 8, top 4 echelon. It's tricky to know. Top 8, top 4 can be deceiving depending on what given week it is, and we know the Suns have a game in hand as well. But yeah, very comprehensive performance by the Cats. 101-point win. It was Jez's game there, Jeremy time, so absolutely loved it. Geelong by 101 points. Hope you guys enjoyed the game and the review. Interested to hear your thoughts, so comment your thoughts on the game and sort of, how it looks going forward for the Cats. Give the video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe away so you can see how the Cats are going each and every week. I go through the game, talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with it, going through the overall, high-level overview of the game, the numbers on a team perspective and the players as well, and then a bit of a look at next week. So that's how the cookie crumbles each and every week on the Cats side of things for the review. But, once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for listening in, watching on. Appreciate it. Have a good one, and I will catch you on the next video.